Pop out this motherfucking cat. Ba da 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 da. Do 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 da da da. Do da da da. And I'm going to find my screen so I can go do the thing for the internet and the sunset. Oh no, what is this? What is this? Get out of here. I don't know what that is. Do 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 your channel. I don't know what I pressed before, but it wasn't good. That's okay. Da 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 da. How do I? Oh my god, I've been gone for like what? A couple of days and I forgot to do everything? Okay, hold on. Copy that. Take that there. Put the link there. Done. There's the link on my Instagram. And I'm going to let my eyes peek through this text. That's mysterious. Then now everyone's going to want to come watch, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Here to here to here to here. Sweet. I did it. Kind of. I'm plugging this in. And ooh. E. Ooh, ee, ooh, ting, ting, wow, bing, bing. Whew, okay. Here I am. Hello. Hopefully. Okay, everything looks fine. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. I'm gonna wait for a hot second. And speaking of hot, it's fucking hot in here. It's so goddamn hot. Me and my partner, we went to St. Louis for my performance. Would I say I did well? Okay. I would say I gave a performance. I did the best that I could. But it's not what I originally planned to perform. For several different reasons. Fun. So I just came back from St. Louis. I did a charity event. The charity event was for to raise funds for an essay organization to help people, just with the aftermath of those types of situations, just to, help people. So the whole thing was going there, leading up to there, I was very anxious. I was an anxious little guy. Just an anxious little guy. That's what I was. But the thing is, when I woke up the day of the gig, the day of the show, the day of the things, all the things happening, I had a realization that, the hard part already happened. The hard part being selling tickets and raising money. All that's left is to have fun on a stage. Like, it doesn't have to be that serious. Because it's a charity event, and the part of the charity is to raise the money, and the money was raised, and now it's time to have the fun. And that's what I did. I had the fun. I had the fun for like a brief 5 seconds on stage, and then I was reminded on something that I didn't want to be reminded about. My pain. Like 5 seconds onto being on stage into my set, I go from sitting, and then I roll over to face the front and have one leg on the ground and one leg popped, and me just doing a bunch of hair things, which always makes me excited, because now if I was gonna get yelled at by several dance instructors being on how to properly whip my hair, might as well keep using it. Sorry, there's someone messaged me a bunch of things. Anyways, so I roll over, I'm sat, and as I sat, I'm like, oh no, my side really hurts. Oh no, oh no, what do I do now? Oh no. That was exactly what I thought in my brain was, oh no. And like, I have analyzed my video because I got a side aerial view of my whole act. And during said act, I kept trying to see in my face if you could tell that I was in pain. I don't know if it was like adrenaline that made me hyper aware, that being like, hey, you have something inside of you that's a ticking time bomb. And like, it's painful and it hurts, and you should get this checked out right now, right in this very moment, on stage. Have a doctor come on stage and check it out for you. But I feel like there are some parts in my act that you can kind of see that I'm in some pain. But I hope I played it off well. But besides the pain, I feel like this was the first time for Mink's show that I've had the most fun on stage. Oh my gosh, what is this? Hello, hi, this is fine. Hi. I'm back. I haven't started playing any Ganna games yet, but what pain? Haha, the pain. Haha. Okay, I have a history of having cysts. I am a person with a uterus that menstruates. So, I've had several surgeries for said cysts and said pains, and I've had run-ins with, hey, what's up? But I, this is the thing why I'm upset. I have had run-ins in the past with the big C. The big C being cancer. So now I had to get a bunch of tests done and see an oncologist again, possibly. And that's why I'm upset. And that's why I was in pain. And that's why my brain was overthinking on stage. So, yeah, it was lots of fun for that to happen. But yeah, no, it's part of my history. It's part of my past. It's something that's happened. It's something that going forward, if it is a thing, it's the thing. But I can't really change what's going to happen. So... I know this is a really weird conversation, really weird for me. That's a very valid response to be upset. Yeah, no, I know it's valid for me to be angry about it, but at the same time, I can't really change it. It's just kind of how my body is, because I have it's a very specific type of thing. So, not to get like too technical, but I had a mass that was a teratoma. If you don't know what a teratoma is, do not look it up. They are fucking frightening. It's basically your body is trying to make human parts, but there's no human. It's just making the parts. It's like nightmare fuel. Like, don't look it up. It's not fun. But I had one of those, and when they took that thing out of me, they realized enclosed inside of it were active cancer cells. So that means any mass that I grow could possibly have active cells within it that are just waiting to spread to the outskirt of it. And like, this is not a common thing. So if you have cysts, there's a high likely chance that you do not have the big C. But in my case, I have to be very careful. because if it can develop once, it could possibly develop again. Fortunately for me, when that all happened, I didn't really like. I had like some treatment. I didn't have to get chemotherapy or anything like that, which I was fortunate about because I've seen family members go through that, and it's a very scary and very taxing thing. But I still had to get like radiation. I still had to get scans. I still had to like see someone like weekly, basically, for them to like check up on all the stuffs going on in there. So I'm just upset that that might have to be my reality again. That's just all. That's mostly what I'm upset about. If it happens, it happens. It's happened to me once. It can happen to me again. So that's where I'm at with that. That's why I'm angry. So let's take a breath. And let's talk about St. Louis. Because when I say St. Louis was a little chaotic, it was a lot of chaotic. So I get there. I get to St. Louis on Thursday. I perform Friday nights. So Friday night, I get there Thursday. We get there, and me and my partner decide to go to dinner together. And we go to dinner at this like pasta place. I think it was like called like Old Fashioned Spaghetti House or something along those lines. I don't know. We get there, and the whole top floor of this restaurant, like no one was in it. And we're like, are they closed? And then a man comes out of the shadows, a police officer is like, go down the stairs. And I'm like, cool, thanks. So we go down the stairs, and as we're descending into the stairs, we're like, okay, here's all the people. There's a bar, there's this. But there's like one individual. Wait, you've been there? Wait. You've been to the old-fashioned spaghetti? I wonder if it's the same chaos. Like, I don't know if you were there for like the same chaos that happened to me. The chaos being that they were severely understaffed, so the person that got us to our table, they also took half of our order. Oh my god, oh, that's crazy. Oh my god, that's kind of funny. Went to St. Louis for my honeymoon. Oh, I didn't know that actually. That's kind of, to be honest, there's a lot of things to do in St. Louis. So, like, I would not even be mad if someone was like, let's honeymoon in St. Louis. I'd be like, yeah, there's a shit ton of things to do there. It's a bustling city. There's a lot going on there. But we get there, and, like, this person that's, like, took us for, like, okay, you're, like, next in line, or you're, like, it's gonna be, like, a 15-minute wait. Cut to, like, almost 40 minutes later, the person's like, you know what? Like, I'm about to do this. So they walked us back there with like us behind them, and they were looking around trying to find a table for us. And I was like, okay, I don't know where this fool is who's supposed to be cleaning the tables, but he ain't cleaning the tables. So they walked us back into the lobby and said, hold on for a second. And I think they went to go bust the tables and clean it down, then came back for us, then started taking our order, then related to our actual waiter. But the whole funny thing was, this person like was talking about, they like, at one point they came by, they're like, are you good? Like, do you need anything else? We're like, yes, like, you are doing the most. They're like, I'm not even a manager here. I just was stressed out. And I'm like, this seems stressful. I understand. So, like, just the whole vibe of the night was, like, controlled chaos. There was another waiter. I was so hoping that this was going to be our waiter, but it wasn't. There was this waiter that literally was going from the kitchen to tables, but like speed running with trays. And like, okay, I want to recreate it. Hold on, I'm wearing a skirt, so I have to make sure like nothing, you can't see anything. But they were literally speed running, so they were going with the tray like this, just like Just like, and then when they put it down, they were like, back into the kitchen. It was so funny. But like at the same time, I felt so bad. They were like booking it across the room. Oh my god, I was like dying of laughter. I also didn't want to take a video of this random stranger because I did not have consent to do it, but I really wanted to take a video of this random waiter just running, just going, just like for their life, just back and forth. It was insane. I also felt bad because they looked like they were severely understaffed, but at the same time, it made the experience so much better, even though that's really shitty to say because it was at their expense. It was kind of funny. Okay, so that was our first meal there, and my partner still says that that was the best meal that we had the whole entire time, and I asked him if it was because the food was good or because of the chaos, and they said yes. So both. I don't know. It was crazy. We also then Friday night I had my gig. It was great, but also Friday I went to go for my tech. My tech went okay. I like fell in love with this duo that was also performing. They were fucking beautiful beings, like both of them. Like, I loved their set. Their whole performance almost made me feel like I shouldn't be watching them because it was so elegant and it was so, like, intimate. And it almost felt like I oh my gosh, like, can I be watching this? Because they were just so tender to one another during their act, during their set. And I'm like, that was beautiful. It was so good. But then those people, after watching their tech, stayed to watch my tech, and I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, don't watch me. Don't do that. Stop that. But then I got off stage, and they were like telling me how like cool mine was, how much fun it was, and I'm like, okay, they're chill people. Like this is fine. We're fine here. And then there was another person. Oh, this is before I tapped. I went upstairs and I was getting dressed and into my costume as much as I could to like do my tech. Cause if you don't know, if you put pasties on too soon in the night, you have a higher possibility of them peeling off. Because what's sticking to them is your skin and adhesive, and if that adhesive gets too much oil onto it because of sweat, they will start peeling off. So you have to kind of be careful with that. Specifically, the kind of pastes I was doing had like already adhesive on the back of it, so I had to like kind of make sure all of it was gonna stay on, so like I'm not, flashing a whole audience for free. Well, technically it's not for free. They paid for it and also paid for the charity. So technically not for free, but like for free for me. There are sites you can find me and ask for said thing. But this was not the time or place. And there was this person upstairs, and they just kind of followed me up there, and they're like, okay, so what is this room? And I'm like, oh, this is the green room. I'm like, so before the performance, you can come up here and put your things down and get ready and leave all your stuff here. I'm like, and if you look out in the hallway, and I was showing them, like, there's like this divider, and this is where performers hang out, but back of that sheet is where the audience can be. So you kind of have to be a little bit quieter back here, but also, like, you can sit and watch. It's kind of a weird angle of the stage, but you can do that. And they're like, oh, and they're like, but how do you get from here to get on the stage? Do you have to go back this way and down the stairs? and through back the audience to get to the other side. I'm like, no, there's a hallway. So like I'm now just full on giving a tour to this random human. So I'm giving a tour to this random human. I'm like showing them, I'm like, oh, like here's a hallway, here's this, there's another grand staircase. So like if you're wearing shoes, make sure you go down the staircase first and put the shoes on at the bottom of the staircase, just to save you all the anxiousness of going down a shit ton of stairs in fucking pleasers that are anywhere from 6 inches to like 10 inches. So yeah, they then were like, we're thanking me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, this is my third Minx extravaganza. So like, if you have any other questions, I could possibly answer them. I'm like, but when it comes like time of show, like you will have more resources to ask people. And like then I saw them tack, and I was like cheering them on, and they did so well. But then as I'm cheering them on, I'm looking around, and there's this other individual looking so stressed out, like the most stressed. And I turn around, I'm like, hey, I'm like, because they're like also, if you can imagine this, they're stressed out, but they're in a giant grayish, bluish tone bodysuit that has like a rhinestone song on it. And I think also like, I think they also had like a top on it too. I can't remember that part. But they're just sitting there looking the most stressed. And I'm like, hi, like this is my name. Like I'm Lupita, blah blah blah. Like Lupita's my stage name. And then they were like, hi, and I'm like, are you teching soon? And like I was like, I also don't want to like get this wrong. I'm like, but you kind of look like a shark. Is that incorrect? And they're like, no, I'm not a shark. And then they pulled out from a giant like garbage bag a panel, and it's half, like 1/6 of the face of Megamind from from the Megamind movie. That was their set. They were gonna be that character, and they were stressed out because they have 6 panels and they needed 6 people to go on stage to talk with them to make sure that it worked correctly. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I can hold a panel and be like a body double. So then I was I volunteered. So then I was on stage listening to the performer's partner, I'm guessing. I think they were partners. I'm pretty sure they were. But like being like, okay, we're holding here, and once we hear this part, cue in the music, we away. I'm like, okay. So like I'm sitting there not knowing what I'm doing, holding up a panel of Megamind. Wait, hold on. Megaman? Hold on. I think it's Megamind. Hold on. Megamind? Yeah, Megamind. The movie from 2010. Technically, but isn't he like the bad guy from... what is that movie? Is it Monsters vs. Aliens? Is that who he's the villain from? Yes, I think so. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, that's who they were. And that's what I got to hold up. Their set was fucking amazing. I loved it so much. It was goofy, it was silly, but they were also hot. Like, I don't know, like I was all sorts of confused. But it was a fun time. I loved it. Then the show ended. Also the night that I performed, 2 other instructors from one of the studios I teach for, they also performed. It was a great time. Loved their set. At the end, they did Love Shack, if you know that song, like Love Shack, baby. And at the end of their act, they just come down from the pole into a foldable van. and they just start dancing around in the van, and I'm like, this is silly. I love this. And like there are just so many other acts to like even go through. There's one to that song. What is it? I don't even know who sings that song. Like, and I'll rise like the flames, I'll rise up. That song. That act almost made me cry. There was a lot of political things happening, and I love that. The communities I'm in are just also very gay and just queer and happy and like also fucking angry as shit. So they're going to make whole pieces about them being angry as shit and like why you should probably also be angry. But anyways, so that happened. Then I got to go home, got to